Good morning. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel. I continue my part series. The week that was college football history review the 1986 college football season. Here we go. Of October 11th, 1986, week 6. Here we go. Army beat Tennessee 25-21 as Cadets pulled another stone in Knoxville with an 18-point fourth quarter. Capped by defensive back Reggie Forward's 2-yard return of block punt by cornerback Charles Williams with 35 seconds left. Tennessee entered fourth quarter with a 21-7 lead as tailback William Howard ran in 3 short touchdowns and quarterback Jeff Francis helped with 24-33, 334 yards in air. At the Forward's touchdown, Francis raced Volunteers to Army 15-yard line before his final pass was broken up in the end zone. Try. End zone by, safety. Safety Hill Chronister. Quarterback Tory Crawford, the quarterback, ran for 112 yards as Black Knights beat the Division 1A program on the road for the first time since 1713 when at Stanford in 1979. Georgia Tech beat North Carolina State, and North Carolina State was ranked number 17, 59-21, as Georgia Tech tailback Jerry Mays, 171 pounds of him, led surprisingly easy win with 188 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns, including a 79-yard scamper on third play of the game. He even threw a 30-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Toby Pearson for a 35-7 lead in the second quarter, which held to halftime. Jackets quickly answered Wolfpack with wide receiver Gary Lee's 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Quarterback Eric Kramer led NC State to 2 touchdowns once near the end of the second quarter and that opening of second half to pull to within 35-21. Is that 35-21? Yes. Yellow Jackets reeled off 24 points to ice it, gaining 565 yards on offense. Georgia Tech scored on its initial 11 possessions and did not punt until fourth quarter. Tech quarterback Darrell Gast threw 2 touchdowns as replacement for quarterback Rick Strong, who turned ankle. Next, Louisiana State defeated Georgia 23-14. Louisiana State was ranked number 16 in the country, beating Georgia 23-14. Struggling LSU kicker Ron Lewis, who grew up as a Georgia fan, nailed 3 field goals to supply victory margin. The Tigers defense posted second half shutout. They had allowed no fourth quarter points all season long. Up to that point, to boost offense, they took lead for good on a 9-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Tommy Hudson to wide receiver Wendell Davis, who had 8 catches for 108 yards. In the third quarter, Georgia quarterback James Jackson threw 31 yards scoring pass for first touchdown and ran in another from 10 yards out, and both scored in 7-minute span of second quarter. So LSU tailbacks like Hervey Williams, who had 133 yards on 24 carries, and Sammy Martin, who had 106 yards on 11 carries, shared rushing honors, while linebacker Toby Caston made 20 tackles and corralled late interception. Next, we got Mississippi beating Kentucky 33-13. Ohio State beat Indiana 24-22. So with kicker Pete Stoyanovich attending mother's funeral, Hoosiers were hurt when freshman kicker Jay Tuttle missed 2 field goals. Quarterback Brian DeWitt was knocked out in the first half, so depleted. But game Hoosiers came up short, trying for first series win since 1951. Converted Indiana fumble, Buckeyes scored winning points. Win. Quarterback Jim Casados tossed 21-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Chris Carter in the third quarter. Sub Indiana and University quarterback Dave Cram led a 95-yard drive that ended up scoring with freshman tailback Anthony Thompson 1-yard touchdown run. Buckeyes tailback Jim Bryant ran for 131 yards. Next, you got Michigan, number 14 in the country, beating Michigan State 27-6. Then you have Oklahoma, the number 16 in the country, beating Texas 47-12. Now, this loss may have been final nail in the coffin for Texas. Coach Fred Akers, whose fast start in 1977 helped bring about average of 9 wins per year and 9 bowl trips in a row. But Sooners ended matters quickly by scoring on 5 of 6 possessions and building a 31-0 halftime lead. And quarterback Jamel Howard led attack that totaled 396 yards on the ground by rushing for 95 yards before departing early. Tailback Patrick Collins ignited a rout with a pair of first quarter touchdowns and finished with 3 touchdowns. Longhorns, meanwhile, managed but 29 yards rushing. Texas quarterback Brett Stafford threw for 199 yards. Nebraska, number 3 team in the country, beat Oklahoma State 30-10. Cornhuskers won 13 straight in the series as they rushed for 286 yards, 287 yards. Huskers defense kept Oklahoma State out of its end zone as Nebraska jumped to a 14-0 lead. The lead rusher, I-back Keith Jones, scored from 1 yard out. And wide receiver Rod Smith returned a punt, 63 yards for touchdown. Cowboys answered with defensive end Jerry Decker's 45-yard interception touchdown return. Kicker Joe O'Donnell's 27-yard field goal. Huskers held on as Jones, who became starter in August when I-back Doug DuBose went down with injury, added his second rushing touchdown, and defense shut down tailback Thurman Thomas, holding him to 38 yards on 22 carries. Baylor, the number 13 team in the country, lost to Southern Methodist by a score of 27-21. Mustangs hit 2 home runs early and held on to win. Pony safety Mitchell Price took handoff from wide receiver Jimmy Young on opening kickoff and scored a 100 yards return and touchdown. After Bears tallied on a 13-yard touchdown pass to fullback Randy Rutledge, SMU fullback Jed Martin scampered 74 yards to end zone for 14-7 lead. The Bears rallied as quarterback Cody Carlson, who became school's leader in career passing yards and total offense, led the attackers to 31 first downs. SMU defense forced a pair of second-half touchdowns. Top drive on downs with 8 minutes left, while offense controlled final minutes. Texas Tech beat Arkansas 17-7. Arkansas was ranked number 8 in the country as they got upset 17-7 to Arkansas. The Red Raiders. Red Raiders surprise 3-touchdown favorite Arkansas as defense held Hogs to 231 yards, 179 yards average, less than offense average. Texas Tech defensive tackle Desmond Roy had 11 tackles and 2 sacks, key unit that never let Razorbacks get comfortable. As a tiny wide receiver Tyrone Thurman, 27-yard punt return, set up 1-yard touchdown sneak by quarterback Billy Joe Tolliver for 17-7 lead that forced run-oriented Hogs to take to air. The comeback chance for Arkansas ended with second-half fumbles. At Red Raiders, 23 to 41 yard lines. Washington State beat Southern California, the number 9 team in the country, by a score of 34-14. As Cougars ripped Trojans' ass. Tailback Kerry Porter rushed for 164 yards of Wazoo's 309 to deliver. First win for USC in 29 years. Ahead 17 at halftime, Washington State drove 75 yards and final 42 on the pass. 42 yards on the pass to wide receiver Kittrick Taylor for touchdown to go up 24-0 at open of third quarter. Quarterback Ed Blunt ran option perfectly and committing no turnovers. Rush over two scores and using play action to throw two touchdowns. Meanwhile, offensive line led by court Mike Utley to dominate USC's Cougars held 40 minutes and 30 seconds to 19 minutes and 30 seconds, advantage in possession time. Trojans quarterback Rodney Peete threw for 253 yards, but also lost 2 fumbles and threw 2 interceptions. Last, we're almost so close to the end of the last game I'm going to talk about. UCLA beat Arizona, the number 11 team in the country, 32-25 as the Bruins exploded fourth quarter, scoring 25 points to crush early 16 early 18-0 lead that Arizona had. They scored 25 points to crush the early 18-0 deficit. Wildcats had profited by big plays with 2 punts, a safety, a 28-yard interception returned by linebacker Byron Evans. Bruins did not answer until third quarter when safety James Washington picked off a pass before being stripped by Cats tailback David Adams with ball caught by defensive back Darrell Henley and advanced 54 yards for a touchdown. So Bruins completed rally when tailback Gaston Green ran for 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, including a winning 32-yard rumble in the final minute. So Arizona scored its sole offensive touchdown with a trick play as Adams surprised Bruins with 15-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Derek Hill midway through the fourth quarter. And finally, Washington, the number 12 team in the country, beat number 18 Stanford by a score of 24-14. Now, after Stanford quarterback John Pay tore apart the Huskies in the first half with 213 yards, 2 touchdown passes, adjustments were made by Washington. Now, there was the pressure defense that blanked Cardinals in the second half, second Pay twice, and getting end zone interceptions by cornerback Tony Zachary on fourth and goal from the 5-yard line. Now, you got Washington quarterback Chris Chandler, who threw a winning 42-yard touchdown in the third quarter to wide receiver Lonzel Hill and fullback Rick Finney, who added 9-yard insurance touchdown run. Finney rushed for 79 yards and scored earlier touchdown on a 6-yard reception. Meanwhile, tailback Vince Weathersby led the Huskies rushers with 122 yards rushing. So like who's look at week 6, the games that were played on October 11th, 1986. Week 6, the week that was college football history review. The 1986 college football season. Let's look at the AP poll for October 13th. Number 20 was a tie between Baylor and Southern Methodist for the 20 spot. 19 was UCLA. 18 North Carolina, 17 Clemson, 16 Arizona, 15 Southern California, 14 Arkansas, 13 Mississippi State, 12 Louisiana State, 11 was Texas A&M, and got number 9 spot was a tie between Arizona State and Washington. Number 8 was Iowa, 7 was Auburn, 6 was Penn State, 5 was Oklahoma, 4 was Michigan, 3 Nebraska, 2 Alabama, and number 1 Miami. So that concludes a look at college football history review, the 1986 college football season for week number 6. Games are playing October 11th, 1986. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. We'll be able to smack 2 tomorrow. Until then, talk to you soon.